Hi, my name is Mackenzie Anderson, and this is my American Cultural Reaction video. When I first read this, I thought it was very different and a unique story. The author actually shows and reads how different our American culture is from their own culture, which is actually crazy to think about, how different cultures are different from ours because we only really view ours totally. These people are from Northern America, living and moving from different places. What I learned when reading this article and found out is that these people believe that the human body is actually really ugly, and that they believe that it is natural for their human body to have all these diseases and to never be actually fully healthy. Which in our case, for our culture, is that we never want to have diseases. We always want to go to the doctor and get our diseases taken care of with antibiotics. Where living in their culture, that is totally different. They lived with these diseases. They'd never want to be fully healthy, which is actually crazy to think about. The only hope that these people have is the rituals that they are performing. They actually are performing so many different practices and rituals for different beliefs for this one actual only reason. This reason actually called the shrine. These rituals that they're performing are very secret and not shared with others, including their own families, which I think is kind of weird that you don't share it with your families. But with the room called shrine, there is a box that is built into the wall. It's actually a box in a chest where they keep all these charms and magical potions, and all these potions and charms come from the medicine man. So the medicine man is the only man who truthfully knows what is inside all these potions. So these people are taking all these potions from this man and have no idea what's inside of them, which is, I personally would not do that, but they have a different culture. The medicine man will speak in a different language so that the people who are receiving these potions, I guess you could say, don't understand what he's talking about, so they can't go and tell their families or their friends about what they heard, which is actually kind of smart of them. This will then create the charm. The charm will go into the charm box or also the chest, which is inside the shrine room. The persons believe that this will protect the potions from, protect them while they're kept inside the charm box, so they won't get destroyed or every single day, all family members, when they enter the shrine, they will bow down, showing that their faithfulness is by putting holy water as well as speaking the truth. Pretty much when you're kneeling down, for our culture, kneeling down at the altar, giving your full grace and full faithfulness to Jesus Christ himself. These people do not believe this. The people do believe this, and if they do not believe, they would not be a full person anymore. They would actually start to fall apart, which is actually kind of insane to think about. Having strong relationships between moral and oral characteristics is very important to these people. I feel like that's also the same kind of thing in our culture. We like to have set rules and we'd like to follow those. I was actually very surprised with all this information due to how different our cultures are truly from other cultures, especially from this one. One communication event that takes place in the United States is Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. It's actually crazy to think about. Having family fly in from all different states, and you all get together and just have fun, laughter and joy, and talk about everything that's going on and what we've missed, and just being with each other is feels like you're full as a family, and you get to celebrate the awakening of Jesus Christ the day he was born. My family likes to go to church. We go to church on Christmas Eve, the service at Christmas Eve, and it's actually just it's a magical place for me because I get to fully take in that Jesus Christ died for us. Like, that's crazy to think about. Christmas is also, like, yeah, as I said, like, the day that Jesus was born. Which is actually why, like, we believe in Christmas, is because he died on the cross for us on that day. Which I believe that's why, like, Christmas is a day for celebrating as well as Thanksgiving. I'll get to that in a second. Another tradition that my family has for Christmas is Christmas Eve. We love to, like, make a big breakfast and, like, start watching Christmas movies from the beginning of the morning. Like, we wake up at, like, 7 a.m. and watch all these different Christmas movies. It doesn't matter which ones. We just love to be together and celebrate all that. A communication event is actually Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a time for family to come together and spend time with each other, to eat really good food. I love Thanksgiving food. And have laughter and giving thanks to God for allowing, like, all of our families to come together at one time and be with each other. All of the traditions that my family does have been in our family as long as I can remember, probably since I was born. And I would love to keep those traditions alive when I create my own family. There are actually some people who do not celebrate any holiday, meaning Thanksgiving or Christmas, or they have their own traditions to celebrate in different ways. An example being is that one of my friends is actually Jewish, and I brought up to her when I was, like, young, because I asked her, I was like, why don't you have a Christmas tree in your home? And it was due to that they believe that having a Christmas tree would take Christ himself out of Christmas, and they had the fear of that, which I did not understand when I was younger, but I do now, which is crazy to think about. I do not think Christmas has changed over time. I still believe that we celebrate Christmas for that reason, that Christ is born, as well as celebrating the joy in our culture, always just, like, being happy together. Seeing families we do not get to see on a daily basis is actually something so special in the holiday season. I feel like this has been a problem, but in our culture, there are more things that are happening that normally would not be right now. The way this has changed is people are doing their own things. I believe that all these celebrations are useful meeting, and they allow us to have time with our families, as well as allowing our minds to be taken away from all of the other distractions that we would most likely be thinking of, as well as celebrating Jesus' birth, and we actually should be celebrating this every single day. The phrase Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas are said throughout the holiday season, but there are actually some people who are nervous to say Merry Christmas because they might insult other people because they don't celebrate the same culture as they do, so they result to saying Happy Holidays. But I feel like that I should be allowed to say Merry Christmas without having that guilt feeling of, oh, what if they don't celebrate the same way? Yeah, so I just don't think they should have that fear. But overall, I thought this article was really good. So